Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Patreon podcast. I apologize for any graveliness in my voice this time around, but I'm getting over being sick for the past week, and thankfully I'm starting to get a little bit better. This week I wanted to talk about the idea of persistence, and I think that it's an apt thing to talk about this week because I just hit 200 episodes on the 2-hour track challenge just yesterday, and that is a huge feat that I'm still trying to process. But the idea of persistence is about doing something consistently over time. And I think that it's really, really very important to recognize how valuable this is, because the best way to get better at something is to just do it over and over. I mentioned this during the stream, but it's when I started the 2-hour track challenge, it was pretty rough, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it allowed me to kind of see where I came from and see where I'm going from that, because I can tell that I've gotten quite a bit better over the past 3 or 4 years that I've been doing this, and the dedication to setting aside 2.5 to 3 hours every week to do this has been probably one of the best decisions I've ever made creatively. And I would highly recommend that whatever medium of art that you work on, whether that's writing or drawing or music or game development, to set aside time to do challenges like this. Either it's like a sketch a day that takes 10 minutes, or it's a song that takes 2 hours, or doing one small little game idea every month. Something like that will really help because it fosters iteration, and iteration is so very important when it comes to learning and developing your skills and getting better, because there's only so many things you can learn from one project. And I think that that's really the core idea of doing something like this, where one project, you might be able to learn a couple things, but once that project gets kind of defined, it has a roadmap and it's going to be going in a particular direction. So you need to start a new project to understand other things, other facets about the medium that you're creating in. Excuse me. And I think that it's really, really important to have the persistence to do this, because the other thing is that it's very easy to quit. It's very easy to just be like, I don't want to do that this week, or I don't want to, make a game this month. I have too much going on. And like, obviously, like I talked about in a prior episode, that you have to take care of yourself first. But if you can make the time to do it, you should do it, because the only way to get better is to put effort into it. And the best way to get better is to iterate on a new idea and to learn and to grow your skills, because essentially what you're doing is you're putting a bunch of new tools and a bunch of new ideas in your toolbox. And when you come across that great idea that you know will set fire to the world and will get you like the views that you deserve, then you'll have the tools to be able to execute on that, not only efficiently, but also that it like reflects what it has in your head. Like, you'll be able to envision what you want and you'll be able to execute that perfectly into the world. And that's really difficult to do when you're just starting, because you know what you want to do, but you don't know how to do it. Like, there's a disconnect between your knowledge and your expectations and your ability to actually execute on that. Your tools aren't sharp. So being able to sit down every week or every month or whatever and just bang something out, whether it's good or not, that doesn't matter, because you'll always learn. And that's the important part, is that you're always learning. I think that will be one of the most beneficial things that you can do as a creator. And hopefully, if the 2-hour track challenge has inspired anybody, it'll help inspire you too, because it's so important to me. It's such an integral part of my life now, where even when I have to push the stream date back a day, which I had to do this week because I was sick, even when I have to push the stream date back, I feel bad because I feel like I'm breaking my streak, and that I'm not. Like I promised one song a week, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what I've been doing for 3.5 years. I don't think I've missed. I think I've missed a couple weeks, but overall, like I make those up, and I make sure that I stay consistent with that, and it's been a journey. And I can't imagine where I would be without the 2-hour track challenge. And hopefully, the idea of persistence resonates with you as well, because it's really, really important, and it's definitely changed my life for the better. So that's really all I had this time around. Thank you so much for being a patron and supporting this campaign, and I'll talk to you next week. Be remarkable.